This poses a huge risk for you, particularly in the lettings industry. So firstly, CRM authority, in terms of what authority do your different levels of staff have? Can anybody go into your software and literally download your whole database? If the answer to that question is yes, then you might need to be speaking to your software provider to see if there's something that they can do to change those types of things. It needs to be only at the highest of levels can somebody go in and literally data download all of your contacts, landlords, bank details, everything. That shouldn't be a possibility to just anybody. Also, what's the backup ability of your CRM software that you use? If they were to go down for whatever reason, do you still have access to stuff that you need? What is the backup ability? What happens if they go down? If it's cloud-based, internet-based, what happens if that goes down? What is your plan B? We're so heavily reliant now on the internet and softwares that are cloud-based that we don't think of these things and what we would do in the scenario that something would be to go wrong. Who in your business can add new users and remove old users? So the first thing I want to say is make sure when a staff member leaves, the first job that you do is you remove their access to all of your CRM softwares. Now, this used to be such a small list for us, but is now absolutely massive because it's not just the CRM system that we use in terms of our lettings and management. There's a variety of other things that we need to remember to remove them from. We have a checklist that I named quite simply Employee Ending Checklist. And it's a checklist now that each one of my managers, when a staff member leaves, has to go through and complete this whole process of ticking off all of the bits that they need to do every time a staff member leaves. It's so easy for a staff member to leave and for you to just forget to do that. And also, who can add new users? There definitely needs to be a level of authority where only senior staff members can add new users to the software, giving them the right level of access. Who can change bank details, particularly on your letting CRM software? If there is no control over this and everybody can change bank details, then you do have a problem. And I would suggest that that's an immediate problem that needs to be addressed. It should only be senior staff members, senior authority users that can change clients' bank details. Nobody, and this is most certain within the CRM that we use, should be able to delete anything on your CRM system in terms of data, notes, documents. Nobody really other than yourself, if it is a possibility, should have ability to delete information. This poses a huge risk for you, particularly in the lettings industry and sales to a degree, because we are required to hold certain information and we rely upon it even years after the transaction has completed. And also, is there a bypass process? So is there a way that somebody can bypass something and basically access what you've restricted them from? So these are things that I want you to just have a look at with regards to CRM authority. And there's one thing that I would add to this as well. What if your CRM provider went bust? So let's say SME. What happens if SME went bust? Where would all of your data be? How would you access that? How would you facilitate access to that if they went bust? Now, do not feel afraid to just call them up, email them, whatever, and ask them this question. It's a very, very valid question. We keep so much of our content and data in there that it is vitally important that you know what if in the event of them going bust, what would happen. They told me, oh, it's all held in escrow. And then Sally was like, yep, but that means what? A load of code is held in escrow. How do we decipher that code? So we did get the answers that we needed, but we wouldn't have known that unless we'd asked. So that's something that I encourage you all to do.